Okay, I believe that vampires were Nephilim, and here's why. If there were some Nephilim around, they would have the mutations of the giants, possibly. Because like Nephilim's children and whatnot were all giants, and Nephilim were giants. They weren't all giants, but some of them were giants, and they had like strange features, like extra fingers and toes and things like that. And I don't think extra teeth, like a vampire, I don't think extra teeth would be that unusual. And they could have the extra teeth and also drink blood because they're a Satan worshiper. And even if they weren't quote vampire and couldn't suck blood by the way of the teeth, um, even if they couldn't do that, they could still drink the blood. And since a lot of worshippers or Satan worshippers are into blood drinking, it makes sense that if they found someone they thought was a vampire, that this person, it makes sense that they would make people bleed to drink the blood. And maybe, if they're romantically involved with someone or something, to bite their necks. It might make some sense. And the stories may just be, fantasized to where they're extreme. But I think that yeah, they could have had extra teeth. They probably did because teeth are something that genetically changes easily. But I think that they may have actually had the extra teeth. Um, Now with werewolves and stuff like that, they would also yet again they might go howl at the moon if they're honestly Satan worshippers because Satan worshippers like worship the full moon. They worship the moon. They worship the planets and the moon. But so it wouldn't be abnormal necessarily for one of the Satan worshippers to go quote howl at the moon. I mean, maybe they were having a good time, but I do feel like there's something in them too that's dead, which is why they have these extra teeth, or maybe for a werewolf they would have extra hair, or some something to indicate that they were maybe they had bigger canines. Maybe they looked more like a dog because they had bigger canines or something like that, and maybe they had more hair on their body. Maybe even in patches that weren't normal, because it was a mutation. But they can get flies to mutate to where the flies have red eyes. Flies are supposed to have black eyes, but by spraying certain cleaner, and if a fly drinks the cleaner a lot, his eyes will change color to red. It is Clorox, is what it is. And if he drinks a lot of Clorox water or whatever, his eyes supposedly will change color to red. So what if these mutated animals or whatever, what if they were somehow mutating themselves? What if they were drinking Clorox? I mean, we already know they were drinking blood. They may have been mixing blood with other basically chemicals that would get in there and change like their eye color or change little things about them that may scare you. If you're human and you're not albino and your eyes are red, or if you are an albino, I mean, I don't know where albinos come from. I don't think that they're satanic. I think they're just normal people. But it could, if your wife or husband or whatever had animal features like extra canines and changed their eye color to yellow or something somehow with some chemicals maybe, um, that would be something that can happen. So it's not so fantastical, really, to say they may have extra teeth, they may drink blood, they may, have extra canine teeth even. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Is these creatures too are supposedly born dead. If they're born dead, maybe the parents pass on the mutation to the kids. Um, but maybe they've done something to kill themselves to where they were dead, basically, or should have been dead, and they didn't die because they're Nephilim and they're not supposed to die yet. But I feel like it's a possibility that all of this stuff could be way more real than what we're saying it is. And of course, there's a lot of like satanic hunts and whatnot where they sacrifice children and everything else and drink blood and do all these crazy things and even bathe in the blood. But I think they've taught themselves, chemically and whatnot to change themselves physically.